The Soulsborne series are notoriously known for being the hardest games, but how come no one talks about this one? Welcome to Ninja Gaiden 4. Now, if you've been living in a cave, Ninja Gaiden is also known for being a hard game. My first Ninja Gaiden was the second one, and my god, that was an experience. Like, why is there a boss that can kill you when you kill it?
What? No!
Anyways, I wanted to know how hard this game is, on top of what improvements were made compared to my last NG experience. I did get to play NG2 Black kinda recently, which is basically an easier version of NG2 with improved visuals and additional content, but I wanted to know how difficult NG4 is and what rating would I give it at the end. I did not expect the game to throw me straight into combat, obviously layered with a tutorial. Also, unlike the previous NGs, we're not playing as Ryu Hayabusa, the main protagonist of the series. This is Yakumo of the Raven Ninja Clan, a new character to the series. We'll get to know more about him later on, but right now, let's focus on fighting these guys. Combat is fast and somewhat fluid. I say somewhat because I obviously haven't unlocked my full abilities. If you're not keeping an eye on your enemies, you're gonna get punished. Killing your enemies can be really quick, unlike other games that require you to deplete their health bar. Here, you can execute an enemy once any limb is cut off. Obviously, this doesn't work on the boss enemy, but it's extremely useful when there's more than one of these guys surrounding you. It kinda gives you a brief moment to breathe and think about your next move, on top of that satisfaction of deleting the enemy while farming aura. Also, dodging perfectly is hard to get used to. It kinda looks simple here, but input wise it feels kinda off. I do get somewhat used to it later on, but it really is very precise, whereas other games have a bigger window to perfectly dodge an attack. Yakumo has a unique ability called Blood Raven Form. It can basically change the current weapon's form, allowing you to do stronger attacks, which can break enemies' guards or to interrupt an enemy when they're about to perform a strong attack. This actually plays a very important role later on. For now, it's not too serious if I miss out the timing on a regular enemy. After showing me how much juice can demonetize my video, it's time to dodge the explosion and for the game to explain what are we doing in Tokyo. We're basically told that Ryu Hayabusa defeated a dark dragon, that a powerful fiend and a mysterious priestess resurrected. However, thanks to the amount of lives used to revive the dragon, its body remained, transforming Tokyo into a hellscape, making it rain every single day, just like in London. Although we're in a heat wave right now, as of me writing the script. Ryu worked along with DDO to take control of the city and to seal the body, but Tokyo is still struggling against this corruption. Back to gameplay. Before we were on the train, I got to listen to Misaki and his very iconic villain voice actor. Only Bleach fans know who I'm talking about. Is that? Is that who I think it is? Am I hearing things right? Is that bloody Aizen's voice actor? I swear to god. Yakumo also mentions that his clan works in the shadows, while the Ryu Hayabusa clan thrives. Wait a minute, don't all ninjas work in the shadows? Anyways, as I make my way around this mysterious facility by doing my flashy ninja moves, god do I love the movement, we come into contact with Sayori, our main objective. We were meant to assassinate her to fulfill a prophecy, but she knows that this was misunderstood. The prophecy told us that by killing the priestess, we can cleanse the dark dragon. However, she tells us that without destroying the seals for the dragon, the calamity will still continue regardless of whether she dies or not. To completely defeat the dragon, we have to destroy the seals, resurrect, and purify it. Sayori decides to work with us to help with our mission. Obviously, we can't simply leave this facility scot-free. Kagachi, the Grand General of DDO, stops us and shows us how strong he is. Before we disappear like ninjas do. Is that a grenade? What? Oh wait, that's a flashbang. Okay. I'm like, damn, like, whoa, grenade? Oh, no, I bet she just disappeared. Oh, okay, we both disappeared. And he's surprisingly taking commands from...
よろしく頼むぜ。はやぶさ。
We've now arrived in Tokyo, and we've got to get to a shrine, which I'm guessing that's where one of the seals is placed. We also got to destroy the DDO's defense network to access said shrine, and it's powered by 3 pylons. This desolate urban environment is a mess. Trash bags placed randomly, LED panels flickering, you might even miss a chest placed behind boxes. Conveniently, there's a shop that lets me buy potions and other stuff to help me out. I can even accept some side missions here as well. There's a lot going on, even without a single citizen in sight. As I traverse the futuristic maze of Tokyo, with the convenient yellow colored walls to help people from getting lost, I've finally reached the first pylon. I'd say this is the first huge combat scenario, and it surprisingly caught me off guard. No! I didn't know I was gonna die! We're also taught that whenever you kill an enemy, they would sometimes spawn red orbs. They can be automatically absorbed, and they can give you health in return. A useful mechanic to remember for when I need to heal myself before I use up a potion. Well, after learning my mistake, I easily cleared the area, allowing me to go ahead and destroy the first pylon. This is Tyran, mentor of the Raven clan, and he lets me purchase new moves such as the famous Isner drop, which is NG's iconic move, and Naruto fans would recognize this attack. He also allows me to go into the game's training mode. Unlike the previous NG games, they never had an exclusive area to help us learn our combos. Now, I've played Devil May Cry, God of War, and other hack and slash games, but NG4 combos plays more like a fighting game. The combo inputs are kinda long and a bit hard to mix in my opinion. You kinda get punished if you press the wrong input, whereas other hack and slashes kinda mix well with different attacks. It's a bit hard to explain if you haven't played a fighter and hack and slash games, but if you know, you know. The combat is pretty similar to my last NG experience, but it feels easier and less sticky. Not sure what they did, but I do like what they've done so far. There's a lot more weapons that come later, which I had no idea about when I started playing this game. I should have expected it to come since my last Ninja Gaiden, but I didn't have that in mind. I bought a few more additional moves such as the ability to parry, which was not present in my last NG experience. Also, I just learned right now, as of making the script, that I could make a red orb spawn when doing this move. This info would have helped throughout my whole playthrough, but doing this move is somewhat hard to do. Alright, moving on from the first pylon. Tokyo is looking kinda different. We're apparently getting closer to the shrine, and the daemon protecting it seems to be distorting the area around us. This area also gives me a taste of some side quest content. Even though we've been running on a pretty linear path, there are actually some other areas to explore that you might miss. I think I missed a few areas because I didn't complete some side quests. Before getting destroyed again by random enemies, I eventually come across this ominous Torii gate. This is Purgatory, and it's perfect for people looking for an even harder challenge. When inside the gate, you have to fight a specific amount of enemy waves to win the challenge. But you have to choose how much health you would like to have. The lower the health you have, the more rewards you get. I chose the highest difficulty, which made me have 75% less health. I didn't think it was bad because I could just heal myself from the red orbs that the enemies would randomly spawn. Once inside though, the game showed me the harsh reality. I cannot beat this. The amount of enemies swarming you in this confined space is insane. You have to keep your eyes on every single possibility of getting hit, even from an enemy that's not in your view. Plus, with the amount of health I have, meant that I could maybe take a couple of shots from an enemy and I would be fine. But if it's any other attack, it's an instant game over. Let me remind you, I'm playing on normal difficulty and I am struggling. I probably could beat it if I had unlimited time, but I didn't want to completely waste time here, especially when I'm only an hour deep in the game and there's so much to explore. Also, maybe if I had enough abilities, I could probably clear it with ease. For now though, I am not ready to beat it. Getting deeper into the area, the game teaches us how to activate Berserk mode and perform bloodbath kills. This basically allows you to do instant kills. but you're gonna activate Berserk mode, which is done by filling up this bar. The bar is filled up by taking ordaining damage or when you execute an enemy. The caveat is that the bar will decrease over time, so if you're not in constant battle, the bar will go. Doing bloodbath kills is so satisfying. I love the red and white ink splatter effect and how it slows down, showing you the silhouette of the enemy cut in half. The only bad thing about this is how slow it takes to do these kills. I have to tank some hits before I can let loose an attack. I do get better later on at using this, but right now it kinda sucks, and that berserk bar goes away so fast. It may not seem like it from this video, but for me, when I was trying to get close to another enemy, I instinctively end up doing a combo instead of doing a bloodbath kill. I blame NG2 for that. Obviously, bloodbath attacks do not insta-kill bosses, but it apparently causes them to stagger. I honestly didn't know about that other than the fact that it probably does a lot of damage. Either way, I died quite a bit trying to pull over bloodbath kills. Plus, these range enemies are no joke. They're having so much fun bouncing me all over the arena. It's time to put all that I have learnt so far to the test. Here is the first major boss. As you would expect, boss enemies do not flinch from normal attacks, and I did pretty good damage here, but I underestimated the range of the boss's attacks, and got too overconfident by mashing a combo, leading to my downfall. I was so close! After that fluke, I didn't realize the boss had another phase, and yep, I was not prepared. Oh, he's got another health bar. Oh my god, we're so dead. Okay. I'm not gonna lie here, but after dying for the next 20 minutes, I forced myself to use every potion I had to beat this boss. I would say it did teach me that I can't simply burn mash and hope that I can delete the health before mine goes. I had to watch out for whenever the game warns me that the boss is about to do a powerful attack so I can punish it. The boss also blocks about 2 to 3 attacks before it parries and cancels my barrage of attacks. You have to be quite tactical in which attacks to use at the right time, while quickly reacting to the boss's attacks. And when I mean quickly, I mean quickly. The warning that shows up before the boss hits me with their strong attack feels like a split second before the boss takes a chunk out of my health. Within the split second, I'm most probably mid-combo, and by the time I try to activate a Blood Raven attack, the boss has already swung their attack. The game really does test your reaction time, and I guess it's showing how old I am with my reaction time. I did unexpectedly manage to parry or perfectly block the boss a couple of times, but my brain just didn't punish it. Besides the technicality of the fight, the boss looks so cool. The overwhelming presence of this boss made me feel like I'm really that tiny guy against a giant. This boss means business, and even though I fought against all those other enemies, this guy here is nothing compared to the others. I kind of find this whole arena funny, like this place was solely built just in case the boss has to confront someone right here. It's even got some nice spotlights to highlight the arena. Also, I always like it when a game's music changes when you reach the second phase of a boss fight. It is just so epic. Yes! What a kill! Defeating this boss made me wonder what the other bosses are like. How difficult are they compared to this one? Will I be able to defeat them with ease later down the line when I've gotten more used to the combat and learned more abilities? Only more time with the game will tell. But if you've enjoyed the video, go ahead and drop a like and sub so that I know to continue making the next part of this video. Maybe if there's 50 likes, I'll definitely consider it, especially if you want to know what rating I would give this game. For now though, thanks for watching and I'll see you later.